welcome back to another of my AutoCAD 2D video tutorial series. At the end of this video, you should know how to draw this figure in AutoCAD. You should also be refreshed on how to set up your drawing space. There are 7 things that you need to set up before you start drawing in AutoCAD. The first one you need to choose is your drawing template, and I typically use AutoCAD ISO. The next thing to do is to turn off your grid. The third thing to do is to set your units. And of course, we are aware that the standard unit is millimeters. After you set the unit, the next thing to set is your limit. And the limit that we use is relative to the size of the drawing. Of course, we are aware that the lower limit is always 0,0. For plane and solid geometry, we typically use a upper right limit of 300 by 300. And please be reminded that when entering that limit, you must ensure that you type Z enter, A enter. That is zoom all to bring that limit onto the screen. The next thing we need to set up is our layers. And it depends on the type of drawing. As in most cases, you might not need more than, say, 4 or 5 layers. And these are some of the basic layers that you'll need: outline, construction, text, dimension, possible centerline, possible hatch, broken line. You might need that. So those are the basics. We also need to set up your drawing style, and this is some basic settings that you need. To activate a dimension, we use the shortcut key D. So on the line, we change only these 2 things: extend beyond dimension line. That typically is 2. Offset from origin, this can be about 4 or 3, in some cases 5. Arrow size varies from 5 to 6, and we typically use a closed fill center. Text height, we use a text height of 6, and offset set from dimension line 2. Our precision should be set to 0. This gives us 0 or no decimal places. With those set, or drawing setting, we also need to set up our drawing setting. You need to ensure that midpoint is activated. That helps a lot. Quadrant is also good. Quadrant. And nodes. Nodes are very important when we should divide lines in a number of equal parts. And of course, our text height, or annotative text height, that too is important. With that being said, let us get into this drawing. Now, the first thing to do when you look at the drawing is to analyze that drawing. Always try to break your drawing down into rectangles, circles, polylines. Rectangles, circles, polylines, and lines. Yeah. Here we have this can be broken down into a rectangular part here, or it could be a large rectangle with a section removed. Here we have a line that is drawn at 45 degrees. 2 lines drawn at 45 degrees. For this, we can apply circle. With all 4 quadrants active, we can easily get this. This little piece down here, this is basically a rectangle. Yeah, a rectangle here. And here we have a line being drawn at an angle. For this part, we could also use rectangle to cut out this, or use line to do that. So for this, we could use rectangle, circle, line at an angle, of course fillet. and the quadrant should be active. So let's get started. So the first thing to do here, I will be drawing uh, let's start with a rectangle of 52 plus 30. This is about 52 plus this is 68. Yeah, 68. So it's 68 and 16 is what 70. That's what 82. That's 82. Yeah. Let's check to confirm. No, a drawing like this, you should not be figuring out those measurements, the overall measurement. You should have had an overall dimension here, which tell you exactly what is what. Yeah. So it's 84. So always ensure that you have an overall dimension like that. Very important. With that being said, let's get into this. Now, so I'll draw a rectangle. Um, this rectangle is 84 by 52. Yeah. So REC, 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 uh, E, REC, and left click here. Uh, look at this. This is coming out at an angle. Excuse me. The reason for that is that in a previous drawing, I used a fillet asset. I turned on the fillet radius. So I will need to turn back that off. So type rectangle REC, enter. First thing, then change this to 0. 0, enter. That's no good. Left click, drag. So this is now 84, 84, comma, 52 to enter. That part is done. Now from here we have a cutout here. This is 90. So I'll be drawing a circle with a diameter of 52. So for the type C for circle, and I then left click here to start. To specify the radius, I'll be typing 52 forward slash 2 enter. And what that does, that draws a circle with half this distance, radius of that distance. This is now done. My next step is to use quadrant to join these points. So I type L for line, enter. Then left click here, left click onto the quadrant. Then go up here, ups. Escape. Now my next step is to trim out this section. TR, enter. Left click here, left click there. That's now done. I can also remove this if I want. Okay. Now my next step is to draw a rectangle. Yeah. And please note that the base of the rectangle touches the vertex right here. So I need to draw a rectangle with X value 20 and the Y can be a little distant. So REC for rectangle, enter, left click, shift add sign, 20, comma, 20, enter. Now I'm going to move this, M for move, enter. Click here as the base point, then go down there, click, escape. Now time to trim, TR, enter, enter. Left click here, left click there, left click here, left click here, left click there. That part is done. So what I did here, I choose a standard width, then I use a height, which is assumed to be more than this distance. That part is done. Now, my next step is to draw is to get this point right here, get this point here. So for that, I will be using circle command to get this point. C for circle, enter. Left click here, go down, type 20, 0, enter. Now, this angle is 45, which means that the distance from this side is also the distance from this side. So to get this, draw this quickly, I could use a second circle with center here and radius up to this point. So let's do that. Space bar to reactivate circle, left click here, go up to here, click. And this line now kind of not drawing from here to there. Alpha line, enter. Left click here, left click there, enter. That part is now done. That is done. That is good. PR, enter, enter. Touch here, touch there. That is now done. So this part now is done. Now I want to cut out this part right here. And cut out this part right here. So this is I could use a circle with that diameter. So C for circle, enter, left click here, and I'm gonna use 60 /2, enter. Oh, no, that cannot work like that. You cannot work like that. I just remember that I did not establish a full length for that. So I would need to draw a line from here down. L, enter, line from here down 72, 2, enter, enter. On auto, alpha line, enter, left click here, 7, 2, enter, enter. Then I go back to circle, C, enter, and it says 2 center, so this is the second one center, and I left click 6, 62, 62 /2, enter. So this divides that into 2, 62 into 2 equal part. So 62/2 means that 62 is divided by 2, which gives 31. Right. So now that distance has been established, PR, so PR, enter, enter. Click this, click that is now done. Alright. My next step is to I could draw a rectangle. I could draw a rectangle for that, or I could just go out. I don't know what this distance is. I will need to dimension that from here to there. That is 5. That is 5. Rectangle REC, or yeah, rectangle REC for rectangle. Enter. Left click. That is 5. Shift at 5, comma 62, 62, enter. So in this case, I didn't even have to draw the circle here. I could simply draw this and then align it at the middle. I'm gonna move this in place now. M to move, enter. Click here as the base point. Go to the center of this and click there. Delete this now. Trim. enter. Yeah, now I could draw a line from here. So from here to here, from here to here is 12. Here is 12. So could use circle, C, enter, click here, 1, 2, enter, escape, L for line, enter, then trace this point, click, escape. That point is done. This cannot be deleted. So the purpose of this circle, is to stop, get this point right here. This is 12 from here. From the center here to here is 12. So I draw a circle of radius 12 just to get this point right here. That point. Delete. Trim. But this seems like a little bit more than it should. This is 12. This seems like it's a little bit more than it should. Oh, it is 12 from here, 12 from this point, and 7 from there. Ooh. Oh. Let me just offset this. Oh, this is, I made a mistake. Alright. C, enter. From here should be 12. 7, I mean. 7, enter. I'll be moving this, left click, and move, enter. And I will be bringing this up to here. Then trim, PR, enter. Then PR, enter. That is now done. I would use fillet to get those little corners. Remember, fillet radius, the standard fillet radius is 3 millimeters. So I type F for fillet, enter, R for radius, enter, and I want the radius to be 3 millimeters. 3 millimeters, enter. I'll click M for multiple to be able to fillet more than once. Click here, click there, click here, click there, and that is now done. Yep, and that is how we draw this. To dimension this up, we first go to our dimension layer, click on that, go to linear, click here, click there, spacebar to reactivate, go up here, click, come down here, click, pull out. Spacebar to reactivate, click here, up. Spacebar 2 times, touch this, drag it up. Spacebar to reactivate 2 times, this, up. Spacebar to reactivate 2 times, left click here, drag out. Spacebar to reactivate. Once I click here, and I then click there to establish the overall dimension. I then go up to angle, left click here, angular, to get this part. I then left click here, left click there, to get that. Back here to drop down, click on linear, to get here and there. Go up to angle, left click here, go across to angle, left click here, left click there, and we have that. Up to here, linear, click that, touch this end, and that is it. The next thing is to change to our outline layer. So for that, I can use match property, but in cases where you don't have the original figure, you could click on these, yeah, or click on one, like one, then go up to match, up to layers and change it. Then use match property, MA, enter, left click on source, then touch, 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 left click, drag, click here, click, click. And this is done. Escape. So there we have it. We just reproduce this figure. Yep, just like that. Yeah, very interesting. Now, I might have used some advanced and or short techniques. You'll notice that I only use shortcut keys. I figure ways and means of getting the job done really quick and fast. My advice to you is to watch these videos. They are very useful. Watch my videos. Of course, like, subscribe, and share. You cannot lose if you watch these videos. You're bound to gain competence in a really quick time if you study these videos. Peace out, guys.